بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 9 geometry. We are in the first model in the lesson 5, locating points on a number line. Locating points on a number line. So in this lesson we want to learn what the meaning of locating point on a number line with a fractional distance. So while a line segment has two endpoints, as you remember, a directed line segment has an initial endpoint. This is initial point, means the beginning point, the start point. So, and a terminal endpoint means the last point. The name of the 2 points here, this is endpoint, this is endpoint. The first one, initial point. The last one, terminal endpoint. So, using a direct line segment enables you to calculate the coordinate of an intermediary point, some fraction of the length of the segment, or fractional distance from the initial endpoint. So, find the coordinate of a point that is A over B as a fraction of the distance from C to the D. What we do to find this point using the number line? This point where between C and D. We want to represent this point between C and D. What we do to know where is the location of A over B, or where is the coordinate of this point in the number line. So calculate the difference of the coordinates of point C and point D. So C means x1 and D means x2. So find the distance. How to find the distance? x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1. Then multiply the difference by the given fraction. The fractional distance is given by, take the ratio A over B, then multiply by the distance. The ratio multiply by the distance. So A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1. Then add the fractional distance of the coordinate of the initial point x1. So the coordinate of point B is given by x1 plus A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1. So this is the original rule to coordinate or to represent or to determine the point B between C and D. x1 plus A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1. So the coordinate of a point on a line segment with endpoints x1 and x2 is given by x1 plus A over B, x2 minus x1, where A over B is what? Is the fraction of the distance. Example. The question, locate a point at a fractional distance. Find B on AC. We have this segment. This is initial point and this is terminal points. And we have point between A and C. B between A and C. We want to know where is B. Where is B? Is it close to A? Is it close to C? Is it in the middle? How to know it? So we have here ratio. This is A over B. A over B here 1 over 4. 1 over 4 of the distance from A to C. But what I do here? The point A is the initial endpoint, and the point C means the terminal endpoint. So, use the equation to calculate the coordinate of point B. You must to keep this equation. So, the equation B equal x1 plus A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1. Then substitute. What is x1? The value of A will be what? Will be minus 5. So write here x1 minus 5. Plus, what is A over B? A over B means the ratio 1 over 4. 1 over 4. Multiply by what is x2? x2 means the value of C will be 7. So write here x2 7 minus what is x1? The value of A will be negative 5. Then you can express this expression. Here 7 minus 5 means 7 plus 5 means 12. 12 times 1, 12. 12 divided by 4 will be 3. 3 plus minus 5 will be negative 2. So beware will be negative 2. So go to the number line and look for about negative 2. Where is negative 2? This is negative 2. So the point will be here. The point will be here. In the second example here, find x on the segment VE. We have segment VE and we have x between them. We want to know the coordinate of x between the initial point and the terminal point. And we have the A over B equal 3 over 5 of the distance from B to E. طيب, how to know where is x? And we have A over B, the ratio equal 3 over 5. 3 over 5. And we want to know what is the value of the B. B means x1, x1 negative 1. x1 equal negative 1. And what is the value of x2? The value of x2 means the value of E equal 9. Equal 9. Then we want to find the coordinate of x. The coordinate of x. So write the formula x equal x1 plus A over B multiply between parentheses x2 minus x1. What is the x1? Negative 1. Plus, what is A over B? 3 over 5. What is x2? 9. What is x1? Negative 1. So here we have negative 1 plus 3 over 5. Now 9 and here negative times negative positive. 9 plus 1 will be 10. So negative 1 plus 10 times 3 will be 30. 30 divided by 5 will be 6. Negative 1 plus 6 will be 5. So the point x where in the number x in the number line. So this is the number line, and here number 5. So the x will be in this point. So this is the right choice. Locate a point at a fractional distance in the real world. Julio is taking from his house to the library. His house is 8 blocks west of the school, and the library is 4 blocks east of the school. If he stops to rest 1/3 of the distance from his house to the library, at what point does he stop? So, Julie's house is the initial endpoint. Initial endpoint, -8. And located at -8. And the library is the terminal endpoint. The terminal endpoint located 4. So the school is at the 0. Now, use the equation to calculate the coordinate of Julius' resting point. At the first, write the formula B equal x1 plus a over b multiply between parentheses x2 minus x1. What is x1? This is -8. What is a over b? 1/3, the ratio, 1/3. What is x2? This is 4. And x1 -8. So 4 -8 يعني plus 8. 4 plus 8 12. 12 times 1 12. 12 divided by 3 will be 4. 4 plus -8 will be -4. Will be where? Will be here in this point. Recording, Taj is hanging a picture 5/8. This is the ratio of the distance from the floor to the ceiling. If the distance between the floor and the ceiling is 12. So, how high should he hang the picture? So, you can multiply 5/8 multiplied by 12, you will get 7.5 feet. The second idea, locating point on a number line with a given ratio. You can calculate the coordinate of an intermediary point that partitions the directed line segment into a given ratio. Suppose here we have C has a coordinate x1. This is x1. And D has a coordinate x2. Then point B that partitions the line segment. B has distant from D and has distant from C. So means B has ratio M and N. M means the distant BC and N means the distant BD. So in a ratio of M to N is located at coordinate N times x1 plus M times x2 over M plus N, where M doesn't equal -N. For example, locate a point in a number line when given a ratio. So find B on the segment EC. We have this AC and B between A and C, and we want to find the B when we have the ratio 3 to the 4. So such that the ratio of AB to the BC, AB to the BC will be 3 over 4. Will be 3 over 4. And that means 3M and 4N. And as you see here, the distance from the point to the first point will be M, and from the point to the last point will be what? Will be N. So what we do here, use the section formula to determine the coordinate of the point B. So write the formula: B equal N times x1 plus M times x2 over M plus N. So what is the N? The N means 4. The first one M, the second one N. The M means 4. So 4 times, what is X? The value of A means -5. Plus, what is M? M means 3. Times the value of X2, 7. Times 7 over M plus N. M will be 3 and N will be 4. Then we can solve the problem here. 4 times -5 minus 20, and 3 times 7, 21, minus 20 and plus 21 will be 1, and down we have 3 plus 4 will be 7, so the answer will be 1 over 7. Where is 1 over 7 in the number line? Between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. The first bar between 0 and 1. You can divide the distance between 0 and 1 to the 7 equal bars, then choose the first part. This is the meaning of 1 over 7. This is the meaning of 1 over 7, means the point B will be here. In this example, find B on the segment EF such that the ratio of B to BF is 1 to 3. Always the first number means M, the second number means N. So as the first, to find this problem, we want to know what is the M and what is the N. So M equal 1 and N equal 3. M equal 1 and N equal 3. Then we want to know x1 and x2. So what is x1 and what is x2? x1 means the value of A in the middle between -16 and -14, means -15. -15. So -15. And what is x2? x2 means the value of f between 0 and 2 in the middle, means 1. Means 1. And we must to keep the formula. We must to keep the formula. N times x1. N times x1 plus M times x2 over N plus M. N times x1 plus M times x2 over M plus N. Then substitute. What is the value of N? 3. What is the value of x1? -15. Plus. What is the value of M? 1. What is the value of x2? 1. Over, what is the value of n? 3. Plus, what is the value of m? Will be 1. Now, 3 times negative 15 will be negative 45. 1 times 1 will be 1. 3 plus 1 will be 4. Now, negative 45 plus 1 will be negative 44 over 4. 44 divided by 4 will be negative 11. So look for about negative 11 in the number line. Where is negative 11? Between negative 12 and negative 10. So the point B will be in this located. Who has any question about this idea? Is it clear for all? So when you have ratio, must to choose this formula. And when you have a ratio like this, like fraction, must to choose this formula. Is it okay now? Okay. The second idea, locating points on a coordinate plane. So in this idea, we want to learn how to locating points on the coordinate plane with a fractional distance. You can find a point on a directed line segment that is a fractional distance from an endpoint on the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane of a point on a line segment that is A over B of the distance from initial point A x1 y1 to terminal endpoint cx2 y2 are given by this formula. x1 plus A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1 and y1 plus A over B multiplied by y2 minus y1, where A and B is a fraction of the distance. Example. Fractional distances of the coordinate plane. Find C on the segment AB. Here we have coordinate plane, and here we have segment AB, and we have C between A and B, and we want to find the C where? Where is the located of C between A and B in the segment? So C on AB, on the segment AB, that is 3 over 4. As you see, this is the ratio of the distance from A to B. So at the first, identify the endpoint. Identify the endpoint. And we have 2 points here. This is the first and this is the last. So the first endpoint x1, y1. x1, y1 means negative 7, negative 5. Negative 7, negative 5. And the second point x2, y2 means 6, 8. The second step, find the x and the y coordinate. How? Use the formula. Find the coordinates of C using the formula for the fractional distance. What is the formula? x1 plus A over B multiplied by x2 minus x1 and y1 plus A over B multiplied by y2 minus y1. Then substitution. What is the x1? Minus 7. Right here, minus 7. What is the ratio? 3 over 4. Right, 3 over 4. What is the x2? 6. Right here, 6. What is the x1? negative 7. Then go to the second part of this order base. What is y1? Negative 5. So write negative 5. Plus, what is a over b? 3 over 4. And what is y2? 8. So write 8. What is y1? Negative 5. Then you can solve the operations here and the operations here. Then you can get the point C is located 2.75 and 4.75. The example now, find B on QR, segment QR, that is 1 over 6, this is the ratio A over B, of the distance from Q to R. At the first, must know what is the location of Q and what is the location of R. This is the Q. In the X, negative 2. And in the Y, negative 5. Between negative 4 and negative 6 in the middle will be what? Will be negative 5. So Q in the X, negative 2. And in the Y will be negative 5. So negative 2, negative 5. Negative 2, negative 5. Then what is the R? 4 in the X and 7 in the Y. 4, 7. Then what is the ratio? 1 over 6. So A over B equal 1 over 6. Then what is the formula? When you have coordinate plane, you must use this formula. Start from x1, as you see, then plus the ratio plus A over B, multiply the distance x2 minus x1. Then the second part, start from y1 plus the ratio A over B, multiply between the distance and the y, y2 minus y1. This is the formula to find the point between the endpoints in the segment B. Here in this example, B. So B equal. Now substitution. Here x1, here y1, here x2, and here y2. X1 means negative 2 plus A over B means 1 over 6. X2 means 4 minus x1 means negative 2 هلا y1 negative 5 plus a over b means 1 over 6 y2 means 7 minus y1 means 4. Now here we have negative 2 plus negative negative means positive 4 plus 2 6. Here we have 6. 6 times 1 6. 6 divided by 6 will be 1. And here we have negative 5 plus 7 minus 4 3. 3 times 1 is 3 over 6. 3 over 6 means 1 over 2. 3 over 6 means 1 over 2. If you divide by 3 up and by 3 down, 3 times 3 will be 1 and 6 divided by 3 will be 2. And negative 2 plus 1 will be negative 1. And here negative 5 plus half means negative 4.5. So this is the point B. Now go back to the coordinate. Negative 1 in x, negative 4.5 in the y. So we have here negative 1. Where is negative 1? This is negative 1 and negative 3 or negative 4.5. And here in this example we have negative 3. So let us to check the solve. Here negative 2, negative 5, and here 4 and 7. Negative 2 and negative 5. And here we have 4 and 7. And here we have 1 over 6. It's correct. Then y1 here, negative 5. A over b means 1 over 6. y2 here 7. We have the mistake here. And the y1 will be negative 5. Negative 5. So 7 minus negative 5 will be 2. 2 times 1, 2 over 6. 2 over 6 means 1 over 3. So now negative 5 plus 1 over 3 will be 3. So negative 1, negative 3. Where is negative 1, negative 3? This is negative 3 here in the y, and this is negative 1. So will be here. The point will be in this point. The same idea here. Locating a point on the coordinate plane with a given ratio. The section formula can be used to locate a point that partitions a direct line segment on the coordinate plane. So, as you see, we have segment, we have A and C. A means x1, y1. C means x2, y2. And B, this is the middle between A and C. How to find B? nx1 plus mx2 over m plus n, and ny1 plus my2 over m plus n. For example, find C on the segment AB such that the ratio of AC to the AB 1 over 2, the half. means C in the middle. When you get the ratio 1 over 2 means half, means C where in the middle between A and C. So directly use this formula when you have C in the middle. When you have C in the middle, you must to choose this formula, n times x1 plus m times x2 over m plus n, and n times y1 plus m times y2 over m plus n. Then substitution. What is the n? The n, 2. So write 2. What is x1? x1 means minus 5. What is the m? M will be 1. What is x2? 6. M plus 1, m plus n means 1 plus 2. Then n2 y1 negative 2 plus m will be 1 times y2 will be 2 over 1 plus 2. Then solve. 2 times negative 5 will be negative 10 plus 6 will be negative 4. And down here 3, negative 4 over 3. And here 2 times negative 2 will be negative 4. Negative 4 plus 2 will be negative 2 over 3. So the C will be between the A and B in this located negative 4 and 3 and negative 2 over 3. Who has any question about this idea? Is it clear for all? Okay, this is lesson for today. Do you have any question?
No.
Great for all. So this is our video today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.